And so I'm not in favour of anything that's going to hold up the work that's going on already and is going to hold up the work that's already been done to get to an end point where we have a new lease that's fit for purpose that we can work on. Because as has been said, previous leases wasn't fit for purpose. They were talking about changing rooms and it just what didn't match our requirements at all, which is why it's been going back and forwards for however long. So yes, if the proposal is that nothing should happen until we get the old lease, then I can't support this, though I do see the desirability of having as much of the old documentation as we've got.
Steve?
I think the word executed in this context means that it is signed.
Just not signed away
that it should stop. That's my work. I mean,
do we need to propose?
You look at them alongside.
Do we need to propose something, maybe to change the word executed to agreed, signed, or something like that, just to clarify that it doesn't mean stopping it.
So first of all, I need a seconder to Sean's proposal. Andy, seconding. Okay. Any amendments?
So can I propose we just change the word execute to sign?
Yeah, I agree with that.
execute is just the legal term for it.
Well,
If it takes away.
Can I just play devil's advocate quickly, because obviously it's meant to make administrative. What about if tomorrow I get on my desk landed a draft copy that all three councillors that have got delegated authority to review are happy with it, our solicitors are happy with it, but it takes me 6 months to 8 months to get a copy of a lease of 8 years old from an archive file that is, we've not got a copy, what's to say they've got a copy. I'm happy to ask for a copy. I'm only playing devil's advocate because of the work we've done on the lease. That was my only point there.
Thanks, Gemma. John, yeah.
I just think this, as Gemma's pointed out, this is going to, we've been galloping towards getting slowly galloping towards getting a lease signed, and I just think if we're happy with the new lease, and as Gemma said, then this delays it for another year, maybe, or 6 months, and that holds everything up. And I think this is just delaying the process that we've all been working on. I don't think if we're happy with the new lease, it becomes a new lease. It becomes the letter of the law. So why would we want to know what the previous lease that was signed 40 years ago said? That's my opinion on that. So I'm not supporting this.
So our duty as councillors to make sure we're getting a better deal than the previous deal. We've got to work in the best interest of the public that we represent.
Yeah, I think we're all sensible enough to sort of look at
How come we don't know the previous lease and say so she might have one?
Susie, yeah.
It strikes me that being the last, or hopefully the last in the last month, 5 other people to support us in progressing it, it does seem a bit unlikely it's going to drop on the post box tomorrow.
Exactly.
And I think that we should pursue getting hold of this old lease if we can from the avenue that's with Sarah's one, or the solicitor, or Wakefield Council indeed, and explore those 3 avenues as quickly as possible, and see what we get.
Len?
As a council, we get endless criticism for the fact we're not progressing this, and a lot of our comments in here are linked to that. A lot of the stuff on social media is linked to that. I think that we can't afford to do anything that's going to delay it. So I think we should direct the clerk to try and obtain a copy of the old lease, but not limit our future actions by hamstringing us to the future.
Okay. Can I just remember what your amendment?
it was just changing the executed to signed. But I was going to say as well, we had, so it sort of takes everyone's concerns in that whether we've found it or not, I mean, it's unlikely that we have the lease by the next meeting, but that we review this again, what we've agreed today at the next meeting, so that if the lease has landed, we can say, okay, actually the lease is here, we absolutely love it, it's great. We can...
I'm not sort of procedurally, we would be able to...
6 months motions.
Right.
Sarah, yeah.
Can I make a procedural proposal on this then? That if we feel, I mean this isn't part of the proposal, if we feel that we're this close to having new lease, that we defer, this proposal is deferred until the next meeting. It's a straightforward procedural motion.
Yeah, I'll second that.
Procedural motion from Sarah
And that takes precedence, I think, over anything else, doesn't it?
and seconded, it does, yes, and seconded by John.
And I think procedural motions have to be taken without debate as well, as far as I know, standing orders.
Can I just check?
Just 1 second as well, but
It's only because, Sarah, I've had a challenge previously on an email when you've used the terminology procedural. So I just want to check. Do you know the standing orders there, Sarah? Do you know which one it is? Because it's something I will be asked about the word procedural post-meeting.
Sorry about this, everybody.
can I just move a motion that we extend the time by 10 minutes? To extend the meeting. Can we get a second? Sean seconded. Do we got that?
Yeah.
All in favour? Thank you.
Is it just by 10 minutes?
Just by 10 minutes.
10:40
So just get all the business done. Sean, go on.
Can I clarify that it is legal to go ahead with and sign the lease without reviewing...
Can I just check with you, Sean? Because again, you've come forward with all this legal stuff. Has any of this been sent to Joey beforehand? Because she's not going to necessarily know on the drop of a hat like that. When hang on. Because quite simply, when you just put all this information to us at this meeting, it doesn't give people a chance to fully review. And you've clearly gone away and done your research, so it would have been courteous to have sent it through, wouldn't it? And that's the same on the other.
I would have done, so I've been calling, and I've asked Gemma in Freedom Information recently for a recent scrutiny because all councils got to agree.
It wasn't the freedom of information, Sean. You asked me a question and I
Oh,
answered
sorry.
you to the
I asked, yeah.
Anyway, we'll leave it there while people are just reviewing the motion. Andy?
Well, I was just wondering if it might be possible to amend it, because in many ways the most critical bit is the last sentence, to request a copy of it. I'm trying to get how to word this.
That's what I'm trying to do.
So that we could request it with the intention of having that, and I know that's not quite the right wording, so that we can, before signing the new lease, compare old versus new, review it alongside it.
Chair, so I've been thinking that, but I can't get to that because you can't negate the motion. So you can't change the meaning from an amend, and this is why it's really important and why I'm really strict on the wording, because there's too many elements there that if you just scratch it out, it changes the intention of the proposer in the first instance. You can defer it, it was just the procedural bit that Sarah called out about no debate. That's the bit that I'm unsure of because I've not come across that before. But obviously council can agree to defer the whole, or Sean can withdraw it and he can reword it for next month. There's options there, but I can't at this moment in time see that he's going to amend it.
Are you prepared to withdraw to defer? You're not prepared to withdraw? Okay. Sarah, are you going to comment?
Sorry, no, I think what I was looking at was standing order 10.3, which says motions that do not require a written notice to defer consideration of a motion. That's the bit I've found on a very quick look through about, but I have to read it through more carefully to
So I'm happy to take it as a defer. It was specifically the without debate bit, but obviously that's the chair's discretion anyway.
Yeah. Oh yes, so it says all procedural motions shall be put to the vote without debate on Rule 1U, and my proposal is a proposal about procedure of the meeting.
Which page are you on, sir?
I'm on page 5, bottom point U, all procedural motions shall be put to the vote without debate. And then on 10.3, it says, motions up to the meeting that don't require written notice. A3 to defer consideration of a
So you are
motion.
right, under
That's in the standing
it
orders.
can be put without.
So just remind me of the procedural motion, please.
So the vote on this is deferred to the next meeting.
Right. Okay, I'm going to put that to the vote then. So John seconded that. So for this item to be deferred, can I get votes in favour then, please? So that's 5. Votes against? 3 against? Abstentions?
Yeah, that's okay, because I'm completely lost the plot earlier.
Okay, so that's 5 for, 3 against. So the procedural motion.
Sorry, can I just ask that stuff that you've raised, can you circulate around so we can at least review it? Because I feel really overwhelmed with what we've been asked to.
Yeah, just send me a copy, we've got my own copy. I'll send you another copy.
So again, just to confirm, that's been deferred. So it's coming to the next full council meeting. There's no guarantee we'll have them released by then, Sean, so it might all still be fine.
So just from a meeting, just so you guys know, I'm going to note that we've called Councillor Balfour to point of order. Councillor Order has obviously fulfilled that and closed the order. It's gone to a defer, it's been voted upon, but I am going to note, Sean, that it's been requested that the information is circulated, whether you choose to send that to me and me send it to councillors. We can discuss it after the meeting, obviously back to the chair. It's just so we're clear as how it will be considered.
Possible, please.
Could I just confirm that the outcome of that is that we're still not going to ask for the old list?
Well, the whole motion's being deferred at the minute, so the actual...
Delays it another month.
Yeah.
It defers requesting... Yeah.
That seems a bit crazy.
Yeah.
Isn't that
Just
serious,
what I'm
Scott?
saying.
Just a clarification, please. To not have the old lease and to sign the other lease, is it legal?
Sean, if you circulate it, I will give
If
you...
you, that's what we're all in debate about, because we weren't presented with that information, being able to look into it. And it's alright saying we should all know, but we don't always carry around everything we know at all the time. And moving forward, so item 95, to consider for approval that the...
Sorry, Chair. I'm not a legal advisor, just to put it out there, but anyway, carry on.
So, to consider for approval that the press and the public be excluded from the remainder of the meeting. There's no press and public. Are we all fine? I'll say that.
So, Chair, just very briefly, we've just got a few minutes. Are any of these next items urgent to be decided today? Should any of these next 4 items